Hello and welcome in. I am Miss Kinghorn and we are back here for part 3 of our Twin Creek Zoo that we are doing here on YouTube. So as you can see, we are straight away expanding from where we worked on last time. So up in the left hand sort of top corner you can see the building which has got the toilets and sort of the inside sort of viewing area for the dingo. If you didn't check that out, definitely go and do that. I will drop a link for you in the top corner so you can catch that one, or there'll be a link at the end as well in there. But this time we are working on a restaurant. So the whole point of this was that we were going to get in a sort of courtyard kind of building in the middle, and all around that we were going to have bits coming off for our different aspects. So we've got dingoes, we're now going to have our restaurant, and then we're going to work on some more habitats in there as well coming up sort of on this side that we're going to work on that. But for now we are just placing more of this gorgeous plaster in that sort of burnt orange that is pretty much what we're going to use throughout as a good sort of flooring into here. And this is one of the viewing areas and seating areas for the restaurant. It is also going to look out over habitat. We're going to work on that next time, so I'm not going to spoil that one, but you are going to have lookout areas to view down onto some animal, which you'll have to tune in later for. But you can see where the paths are going to be is where sort of the stone sort of pieces are going to go, and then all of this is just being expanded out so that it fits nicely in there. And we're going to have half of the seating on the right hand side, as we're looking at this now, is going to be exposed, so it's just going to have like umbrellas on it, and the other bit is going to be undercover in there as well. But we're just going to extend this little piece down into here so that it covers all of this in there. Right, once I manage to get hold of the right pieces, that is. Now the problem with this zoo, and it's something I've done wrong from the very start, is I've done it in different groups. So like the flooring is one group, the buildings are all in another group, then the roofs are all different, and you're kind of, as you're building it, you're going through different groups. So it's not like one area is one group. We kind of just went for everything to be all over the place, which makes it more interesting to build, I have to be honest. I actually managed to do this pretty quickly, I've got to be fair. I think the raw footage for this was only about 2 hours, which actually made editing it quite difficult. Normally I would have like 4, maybe 5 hours worth of raw footage, which then makes it a lot easier when it comes to cutting out and editing and things like that, which is why this one is a little bit shorter than what you would normally get. That's simply because I didn't have that much footage once I got rid of all of the boo-boos and all of the bits that I don't really want you to see. So yeah, that's coming in here. So we're going to take the roof here from sort of the entrance area in that sort of nice little canopy section that we have, and the supports for all of that as well, in the lighting and all of those wonderful things to come out in there. Don't forget the little lights, and then realise that I can't take the glass because they are actual griddable pieces. Oops. Right, let's get that in. So I'm working here on sort of this covered sort of seating area in here. There is going to be a building right next to this as well, so you'll find that I'm not fully closing things off. That's because I know what's coming next. So you'll see in places it's sort of left empty. That's because it's just going to be have other walls and things like that in it as well. So it will make more sense once it's all complete as well, but you'll have to stick around for that one. So now we've got that roof that runs seamlessly into there, and now we can take out these glass pieces into here. These aren't, I don't actually think these are griddable. I think these are the panelled versions of them, but you can't copy and paste them. So where I tried to just copy and paste the whole roof with those in, yeah, you can do that. No, that's just, you can't do it. So as normal, adding guttering, although we are in Australia in the grasslands, so how much rain we're going to have I don't know, but we're definitely going to get all of those sorts of things in just in case, because I think when it rains it definitely pours, so we're going to have lots of bits and pieces like that in around the zoo as well. So little caps on the end so that it gives it some support. Just roughly working out where we want all of those to be. Into there. And now some drain pipes. So bring that down to the ground to what would be a little gully that we're going to put in here. A little drainage system into there. Alright, then we do need another end cap on one section once we've done the support for here. Just run that up. I'm just kind of eyeballing distances. They're not precise, which probably should do. In there, right, and here are our tables. We're going to get those out. So using again a lot of the same sort of colourings that we used before. In there. So I think there's going to be 6 in this section, and then I think 5 in that as well. And then these are the umbrellas that we go for a sort of kind of orangey kind of colour. Use the same one as the floor. In there, a little bit of a lighter cap. More, yeah, a little bit of a brown sort of cap on the very top. And get those opposite. And drop those down so they're actually inside the tables rather than where the game wants to put them, but that's what we want in here. And now you can see there's a couple of holes in this fence. Might need to get a mechanic in to repair that, but we'll leave that for another day right now. So this is where we add our first fencing. So as I say, this is a lookout area for an animal as well. So there is going to be an animal just below this sort of fence area here as well. Now I do change this slightly later on. You'll see that as we go. I kind of shrink it because it's a little bit too tall. If you look at the height of the tables and the chairs, this fence is like ridiculously tall. So it does get shrunk down a little bit, but we get it all into place first, carrying along there. So you can stand here if you want. It's probably not going to be one of the best views, but you'll have a view of the animal yet to be identified. And in there, so we're just going to cut all of these and minus the table, if you don't mind. In there, and then all of these bits, basically it just drops down, so it's now not quite as tall as it was. Oh, sorry, wiggling. If any of you follow me on Twitch as well, you'll know my chair creaks. I need a new one, but they are ridiculously expensive, so not something that needs to happen just yet. More important things to worry about. Right then, so again we're going to be copying a lot of this sort of building, and we're going to be doing that quite a lot, I've got to be honest. So that's one of the reasons why we spent so much time working on the entrance area and actually working out what pieces we want and what we want it to look like and things like that, because I knew we were going to basically copy and paste it and use it roughly everywhere. I think there's like 2 or 3 different wall pieces, sort of styles that we've got going on. So, and this is one of them. Alright. Just having to bring that further out because we don't want it sort of hitting the doorway, which is where the stones are going to be. So we need to kind of smoosh them all up a little bit. But it works in there, and then we just change up the ground and things like that at a later date as well. So you can see this one's coming in here. It is floating for now, but it won't be once this whole area is complete. Just run that trim in as well. Right. So this is the last glass section, and whereas I've got one of those. And then we get the door, or archway really, from over here as well, because that's always that one piece that you can never pick up that we use in here as well. So it's a nice big sort of archway. We're just going to get in. Don't seem to have any doors. There's no doors in this entire building, I've got to be honest. None in the zoo either really. We've kind of just gone for archways. I think they're a little bit easier. And you want to obviously keep the heat in and things like that as well. Cover those areas up as well. So that's where you guys are going to walk through there and then in to the building, which you'll see in just a second. So getting in this sort of fake flooring that we've used in other places as well, just to make it all go smoothly through into there as well. Alright, lots more of those in here. Right then, I'm going to leave you here and I will pick you all back up when it's time for the screenshots at the very end. But for now, sit back and enjoy, and I'll see you in a few. Right, bye for now. right, so I'm back a little bit earlier than what I was expecting to be back, and that's because whilst I was recording the other bit of the voiceover, Planet Zoo have just announced what the next DLC is going to be, and it is a Grasslands Animal Pack. So, probably not what a lot of people were expecting, I've got to be honest. I was kind of thinking of another biome animal pack, I've got to be honest, like the wetlands, something like that. But Grasslands wasn't necessarily what I was thinking. But we know what animals we are going to get. So we've got the 9-banded armadillo, the maned wolf, the emu, Australian, the caracal, the red-necked wallaby, Australian, the striped hyena, and the blue wildebeest. Plus 5 butterfly species. Now these are for the large walkthrough exhibition animal habitat kind of box thing that I did say when it first came out was a little bit confusing, because normally if they're going to do something like that, they do like a free version, like a free animal that goes in it, and then one that you get with like a DLC that you have to kind of pay for. But they didn't. They just kind of gave us this one for the Egyptian fruit bat that you obviously had to pay for with the Twilight pack. So it didn't really make much sense how it was going to use, but you can put all 5 of these new butterfly species in here together, and they all sort of coexist in there together as well. But of those animals, 2 of them are Australian. So this zoo, which was going to be really nice and small, that I had all planned out, is now going to grow. So when we get the animals and we get sort of some more information, we know spaces and things like that, and we know how much land they need, where they can go, kind of things like that, if they can go in a habitat together, things like that. We will have to come up with a way and see how we can get it all to work, because at the moment I have no idea how it's going to work. But those are something to be discussed later on. Alright, so what do you think of this restaurant build or the zoo in general? Do let me know in the comments below. Always love to hear your feedback. What are you liking? What are you not liking? What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to getting those new animals in and seeing how we grow the zoo? Do let me know. And if you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a big thumbs up down below and comment, but also subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me for a very tiny little YouTube channel. Each and every one of you means so much to me. But I mentioned several times in this, I stream live on Twitch, so make sure to follow me there. I am misskinghorn builds, the same as here on YouTube. But you can also join me on Twitter, where I'm over at misskinghorn, if you're still over on there as well, or I'm even on Hive as well at misskinghorn as well, so do check that out if you're over there. But you can also follow me on my Discord, which is the MKB Build Center. All of the links for that are down in the description, barring Hive, because they don't have links. You'll have to actually manually search for that one. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all again really, really soon. But until then, alright, bye everyone.